Hello, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome to Introduction to Business 121 Online offered by the College of Lake County. Today, this is going to be a short video uh, giving you some feedback on week 3, how you did last week, and an introduction to week 4. Okay, so let's go look at what we did last week. Last week, your forums are great. You have very interaction. Most of you did very well with the forum. If you notice this week, remember, you won't be able to post or see other individuals' postings until you do your first post. All my forums are set up that way, so don't wait to see somebody's coming in there at Tuesday midnight or earlier. Once this is open, usually by Sunday noon, I have this open for those who want to get a head start. You can start posting your forums. I will respond to, you have to respond to my questions by Tuesday midnight, and then respond to 6 or more students within the week, not all in one day. And this forum here, you'll notice that after noon Saturday, it's still available for you to look and read, but you cannot do any more posting or any more threads. It's just there for your viewing pleasure. So you could take some information, or somebody talk, because we talked about identifying your product or ventures or services that you'll be doing your feasibility study. So you did very well. Okay, you also had your first exam. If I'm looking at the results from the first exams, I've got several A's right off the bat, 48 out of 50. So it tells me the exam is workable. Take your time on the exams, you'll do fine. It's it was due by Sunday midnight. All my exams will close off by then, and you no longer could take them, so you lose the 50 points. Some of you were kicked out. I could see that you were kicked out. You only had 4 points. I will reset your exams, and you have another try at it. So remember, try to utilize what you're taking my exams. Just 3 more exams that can be spread out in the course of this time. Use Microsoft. Firefox works well with Microsoft. With Blackboard is what they recommend. Take your time in the exams. You should do well if you've been doing your Learn Smart homework, because they're using the same test bank. So I'm finished with the exams. Do you have the exams? If you didn't do well in exams, look at your overall grade. You're doing the forums. You're doing the Learn Smart. You're doing the exams. You're doing some homework that I'll be giving to you within there. Or post your profile in Blackboard, extra point. So you'll do very well in this class. Even if you may not be a good test taker, the way this course is set up is very interaction. So you will still overall learn the subject matter, since this is a foundational class. So that takes care of week 3. You're doing good. Keep it going. Now week 4. Let's go on what we have week 4. Week 4, we're going to be covering chapter 7 and 8. Let me go in here. I'm going to go into week 4. Let me go into the student mode. See if this works out well for me. Should go pretty quickly. Okay, now I'm in the student mode. So this is me as a student. This is what you'll see. Okay. So what you'll see now. So in the student mode, we're going to go into the weekly assignments, and you'll see week 4 and week 3. I open up week 4 temporarily, just as you notice, you don't see the other weeks. They're already finished. So week 3 is still open because you just have to finish the exam. So let's go into week 4. Always look in my header to see what I have. Week 4, you have, we're going to be doing chapter 7 is going to be leadership, and chapter 8 is organizational structures. Okay, okay. And I have YouTube's on there, and you're going to have 3 assessments you're going to complete first before doing the forums, and you have 2 forums that you'll be completing. So let's go into week 4. So always read this. Remember, make sure you read this. Complete the assessments, management, and Learn Smart. That's 10 points. Again, chapter 8, structuring organization, is another 10 points. You have 2 forums, right? You have a main one. You have to respond to me by Tuesday midnight, and then you have what I call an ice cooler forum. An ice cooler forum, all you have to say is, Dr. George, I got questions, and put that in the subject area, or I have no questions. You're still required, even on the ice cooler forum, to monitor it. You don't have to respond to 6 or other students as you would to the main one, but you have to monitor it. Okay. to make sure. And if you know the answer, don't wait for me. I want you to, just part of the network, part of the communication, part of building a network within businesses. How do I help other people, my peers, my equals, my suppliers, my customers, and that's part of my whole network. How do I help them out? So if you know the answer to the question students asking, post it in there. If it's wrong, I will correct it as we go forward. Okay? So you have that. So let's go on. We're going to go into week 4. And I kind of break it up. You have your Connect homework. I'm not going to go on that. Make sure you do it. Remember, follow the due dates when they're due. Always look in here. You can do them ahead of time. Some of you haven't been doing your Connect homework, or you're waiting the last time. On an online class, do not wait to do it all in one day. There's no way you're going to be able to do this course in one day. You do a little at a time. That's how you do time management in business. I do a little here, do a little here. If you have time to do it all, fine. But most people, you wait till last minute. You're stressed out. Something happens. You miss your point. Do your forums. Talk to somebody, a little chat on there. Then do the Learn Smart. Complete that, half an hour, 20 minutes if you read the book. Then do a little homework. Do the assessment. Go back to the forum. And over the week, this will be stressless. Well, there's a little stress, but not too bad. Okay? So now you're going to have 2 forums. Now, before you do the forums, you have to do the 3 assessments. I'm going to come in here in the assessments and do you entrepreneurship. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to answer the question, print out, discuss in the forum. And you have do you have what it takes to be a leader? And a corporate culture updated assessment before you're doing the forum. So when I'm looking at these forums, look, and I got the link. In case it's not working, click on right to the link. Go in here, answer a question, print it out. Part of the assessment in this week, what I want you to do, what kind of skills I have. What I want you to look at is after you do the assessments, print them out to get the results. Do the assessments, print them out to do the results. Be honest. There's no test on this. It's yourself. What do I have? Do I have what it takes to be a leader? What kind of culture? And then when you're looking at it, okay, so you do these 3 assessments. Let me just show you how it goes. You click on it, okay? You go on here, and this one here is, it gives you some things, a free site. You add, I'm just clicking on there. Ask her, do I like people? Okay, real quickly, I'm just going like this. Read the question. I'm doing this so you can see how that you're, what I'm looking for. And it's going to tell you this. It'll give you some information. I think there's 15 questions. Can I make decision? And what I want you to do with these assessments, look at this assessment, and then look at the other assessment for the leadership. Okay, and then check your score, and it gives you a 62 out of 100. Is that good? And it gives you some feedback. 100, you're excellent. 70 to 90, you're good. 40 seconds. Hey, you're not an entrepreneur. It's not your business. So, but that doesn't mean that you can't be. It just means at this point of time, the way you responded, you're not focused enough. You're not motivated enough because you're doing other things. But now you have a general idea, okay? And then you'll print that out, and you have your score. Okay, so I'm going to get out of here, and then you do the other one. Do you have what it takes to a leader? Again, click on here, and I think this one has like 15 questions, if I'm mistaken. Answer that. It takes a leader. Begin, and then you have the questions, 20 questions. Answer that, and then look at the questions. Can I separate life from personal and school life? And be honest with this. And then the other one is the corporate one. So when you do these 3 assessments, you have your results. It's something about yourself. I want you to find out, is there any correlation between being an entrepreneur and a leader? Are there similar attributes? Is there any correlations of what kind of business structure I feel comfortable? Do I want to control performance? It's just telling me something how I responded, what I would feel comfortable with. Okay, so you've done this. Now I'm going to go back in here. I've done my things. Now I'm going to respond to the forum. Now, the first forum is your main forum that you have to respond to me by Tuesday midnight. Remember, you won't see any other responses until you respond to me first. It's the way I set it up. So you're not watching, what does somebody else say and copy and everything else. You're all independent. You're going to look at it. You're going to do the assessment. You're going to do your own work. And you're going to post it just like you would submit something to your boss, and you have to live with the consequences. And now other people could respond to you. Okay, do you take what it takes to an entrepreneur, leadership skills? Okay, stay State if you agree. In the subject area, you could do several posting. You could say, here's my score for an entrepreneur, I agree, or here's my score for entrepreneur and leadership, because I think you're, I could say entrepreneur, yes, I'm good, or, I got a 91, or I got a 51. Leadership, I got whatever the score is, and then also, here's the type of business I want. And so you post that in the subject area, or separate ones. I give you the flexibility within the forums, in the thread, and then respond to other people who have similar posting, or how do I change, how do I improve. And then what I want you to respond, after you responded to your own, yes, I agree with the assessments, or here's where I need some additional focus on. And then I want you to respond, what kind of leader will take to manage your venture, that your proposal. What kind of skill set does he or she need? What kind of a corporation should this business be? So now I'm looking at, here's my attributes that I did through the assessments, and I agree or don't agree, whatever you post in there. And then I'm taking that and saying, now if I had to open up this business venture, do I have the attributes to make it happen? I'm not talking about the ideas. Remember, there's one thing. You've got the concept. You come up with good ideas, all conceptual. Investors are looking at how, good idea, who is going to bring this to the market? Who is going to be the champion to make sure that this venture, this product, this service is going to be successful? Whether you're going to open up a business of your own, as I'm doing here as an entrepreneur feasibility, or you're working as a manager or a team leader for a company, when someone's looking at a product or a new area they're going into, someone has to take the lead, someone has to put the pieces together, someone is the champion to make sure that this goes forward. Are we okay? So this is your forum. Respond by Tuesday and respond to 6 or more. Look, in the forum, you guys are doing great with the answers, the questions, so you have that. Read that. Now, you have a second forum. The second forum is basically the water cooler forum, or any kind of questions you're going to have. Water cooler. Ask any kind of question. The subject matter. Hey, is the final exam going to be comprehensive? Is what's really required on the feasibility study? Remember, you have in here, I think I already opened up while you're out here to take a look. Discussion. I want you to start looking at that video. Feasibility, research information while you're in here. Click on there, look at some of the sites, and then there'll be some questions. When you come closer to the end, remember your paper is due at the end of the semester as your final paper, because all colleges, you have to write across the curriculum, come up with some kind of a goal or some kind of a tangible item that, yes, I've learned something. So your feasibility study basically takes all the chapters going forward, and how do I put the little pieces in there. So what do I really require? You look at that. The last couple of weeks in the semester, when we're close to the end, I will spend a whole discussion on just what's required for the paper. But in the meantime, you should start looking at some of the items and start putting stuff into a Microsoft Word file, so you're saving it. So when you're ready to do the, and I explained that when you go in one of my short YouTubes on the feasibility paper. All right, so you, water cooler. Now, for the 5 points, this one, the water cooler, you do not have to see. You could just go in the water cooler like this. It's not available because I don't have it available till afternoon. But if I'm going to go as a student, so if you go to water cooler, you can say, I have no questions, that's it. You're still required to monitor. If you have a question, a student says, hey, where do I find information of feasibility, Dr. George? And you could say, hey, it's over here. You can find it right here where it says, just had feasibility research information update, and help the students or your classmates. Or you just say, no comments. Okay, are we good? So that took care of this. So let's go back into our week. So we have that. You have your forums, 2 forums. You have your assessments. To do the assessments before you do the forums. A short lecture. Remember, I always got the lectures. Look at my lectures because it has the full concept map. You put them on there. Remember, you could turn them on. You can move me along. I always want to say lectures are a good way to give you a quick overview. Some people read the book, look at my lectures, do the Connect homework, do very well, finish it in an appropriate time, and then they go on to do the forums. Okay, so you have the lectures. Yeah, I did everything else in there. You have my concept maps, always in the PDF, right? Print them out. And as I said, I just want to make sure everything's working. I'm in the student mode. You have it. Print them out. Add on to this and use this as kind of a template. So when you're studying or when you're doing your Connect, Learn Smart, they ask you a question. Oh, here's how you do it. Remember, the more senses you utilize in learning, you write in the forums, we discuss what you've done. You've done the assessments, critical thinking. How do I apply what the authors did? Well, you look at my videos. I heard them, heard Dr. George. I did the concept map, interactive software. I'm using my hands. The more senses you utilize, the higher probability that you will remember the information going forward. It's in your long-term memory. Okay, so we turn that off. And again, we go back on here. We're done. Well, so that's it. I think we've covered everything. So now week 4, remember, do your Connect homeworks. Not all at one time, do a little at a time. You have your 2 forums. One's the main forums. After you do your 3 assessments, do them, print them out so you can talk on them. They're interesting. There's something to find out about yourself. Remember, the whole class, in all my classes, I try to get you to know yourself. How do you know what skills you have? You're taking a business class. Just because you've read it, hey, remember, and now the assessment. If you didn't score well on the assessments, don't say, oh, I'm not going to be a good leader. Oh, I'm not going to be a good entrepreneur. Oh, I got to be a performer. All this, everything you're learning here, these are mini assessments just to communicate. If you go to the job center, you could take assessments to find out what skills you have, natural skills that you could do, and they're longer questions, not 10, 15 questions, about like 50 or 20, 40 or 50 questions. This is just a short. So remember, and it's just to say, hey, something to think about. I didn't know I had those skills. Or, geez, maybe I should focus in on more management classes or more leadership classes, okay? So do the assessments. You've got my short lectures. Look at them. Some people, you could look at them at your smartphone. You could look at them at other things. You have my concept maps. Make sure you print them out. And you have the author's student PowerPoints. I submitted in here. Remember, you click them on here, and you go in here. I already copied them for you. Find the chapter you're on, and then you have their PowerPoints, and we went on that. All right, so that's it. Again, you're doing well in this class. Overall, most of the students in here are getting B's and A's. I got some D's. I got some F's because the students just dropped out. They thought there's going to be just do a couple questions, and I'm done. That's not how online courses are going forward. The class you're taking here with me, with the interaction, with the forum, with the software, with the communication, with the quizzes, with everything you're doing here, is just maybe about 60% of what you'll be doing if you're taking this at a graduate level at a 4-year university. You'll be doing all this, so might as well learn how to do this now. The skill sets you'll learn within this online class by taking quizzes, interacting, networking is the same skill sets that are transferable in business. There's a lot of business are doing not only face-to-face, but they're also doing virtual business and e-commerce. All right, so I'll see you in the forum. You're doing great. Look at your overall grade. If you're not doing so good, we still got, remember, we're only in week, let's see, we're in week 4. Look at your syllabus so you know what to read ahead. Next week, you have spring break, and I'll just open up very lightly. Make sure you catch up on your Learn Smart. For those of you who missed your Learn Smart last week, I did an extension for chapters, what do you call it? 5 and 6, you have an extension on your Learn Smart. You'll have some points taken off, but you don't want to lose any of the points. All right? Good. So I'm joined in your. I see majority of people have their profile in Blackboard. I'll make sure if I didn't give you the grade for posting your picture, updating your Blackboard profile. Let me know. Those are 5 extra points that add on to it. So if you didn't do too good on an exam or something else, those points will help offset that. Again, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome to Introduction to Business 121 Online, offered by the College of Lake County. We're starting week 4, and I'll see you in the forum by Tuesday midnight or earlier. Bye.